Hey, you want to see something really scary?
What's your favorite scary movie?
I'm gonna scare the hell out of you.
What was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here.
What's blood for, if not for shedding?
Welcome to Fright Night.
Welcome back to Jump Scare. I'm Betty.
And that would make me Shad.
This week we're covering 1990s Demon Wind. Demon Wind.
60 years ago, an entire family vanished without a trace. Now one young man must face the Demon Wind.
How do we get to the Carter place from here?
You can't?
I think something bizarre has been going on at that farm for a long time. I want to find out what.
It's a gateway to hell, and there's no turning back.
Nu protesta Santana vivet.
What did it say? It said, now Satan shall walk.
Please, boy, don't go up there.
I have to.
You can't leave. You're mine.
It's an altar to the devil.
No, it really is beautiful.
Jack, there is something here, something evil. No! No! No, please, help me! What? Oh, God, help me! No!
Thy will be done.
The power of your God is nothing, little man. Die, child of man.
Wind. Wind.
And now, my pig, you die.
Now you see it. Now you don't. Now you're dead. Demon Wind.
You have had your eye on this movie for some time.
I've had my eye on this movie for roughly 35 years. Because every time I went to the video store, I was like, we should rent Demon Wind. It's got the cool lenticular cover. And when you move it, it looks like the demon is coming through the window with the curtains blowing. And everybody was like, yeah, this movie's going to be terrible. Let's not rent it. I was like, we're going to rent a terrible movie anyhow. Let's get Demon Wind. No, we never got Demon Wind. And I forgot about it eventually when the video stores went away. So 35 years later, I finally watched Demon Wind.
Thanks, Tubi.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is a kind of film that you find on Tubi, like a lost film.
As you're just digging through Tubi, you're like, oh, let me take a look at this and see what it is. Oh, this is just as bad as I thought it was going to be. But in a very spectacular way.
Oh, Demon Wind. This movie at one point, I thought, wait a second, is this a fucking great movie? Is this movie great? What's going on? Am I liking this movie? And then I was like, realized, oh no, this movie. No. I don't know, I have mixed feelings about it. It was going somewhere, could have had something, but basic plot point, okay? Guy goes to investigate his dead parents, his
dead father.
His dead father's death.
He wants to see what happened. He knows his dad. Well, he knows his dad killed himself in front of him. And he wants to go investigate and see more about his life. This is his dad's farmhouse from when he was a kid.
Haunted family mansion.
And I'll say this. They spared every expense in this movie because the only two sets in this movie was a gas station / cafe and the burned down farmhouse. Which I'm sure the burned down farmhouse was right on the other side of the gas station. Because they just drove down the very nondescript dirt road in the middle of giant rolling hills and were like, oh, here's the gas station in the middle of nowhere. We'll stop there. And then an indeterminate amount of time later, we end up at the burned down farmhouse, which, like I said, I'm sure was just slightly off camera.
I feel like this gas station, like, diner was the same one from Halloween, like 4.
Yeah, it did look like that. It also may have been like the generic diner set in any movie that was around that they had just available. I like when they pull up to it. It is literally the scene from Cabin in the Woods where the sentinel comes out to warn them. You shouldn't go there. That place is cursed and evil. Only death will follow you there. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, we're still going to go. Well, we gave him a chance. I also love that
Mr. Bushy Eyebrows.
Mr. Bushy Eyebrows Jones there. I also love that the main character, whose name I briefly forgot. Oh, I'm sorry. How could I forget? Corey.
Come on.
Corey is like, I remember this place. He had a dream where he didn't go to school naked or to work naked. He went to this gas station naked. And had a very creepy encounter with Bushy Eyebrows. I'm like, who dreams about going to the gas station naked? The naked dream is usually you're going somewhere where everyone knows you and you're going to be embarrassed and, this sort of thing. Not I went to the gas station I've never been to before in my life. I went to that naked. That's not typically the dream you have.
It was his nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I saw that guy's ass and it was a nightmare.
Okay, so yes, he goes investigating. Now I feel like certain things happen on the way which lead you to be like, don't go there, dude. Like, when you have so many people telling you, or they're like, oh, hi, nice to meet you, Corey, what's up, what you doing, where you headed, are you sightseeing, whatever, and you're like, oh, I'm here to go to the shmish, mansion, and they're like, and they're like, what? And you get a reaction that's not a positive one. Maybe you're like, oh, this is probably not the best idea.
And I like how all of his friends agreed to meet him at this gas station. Now, keep in mind, this was 1990. There was no GPS. They had to get a map out, find this gas station on it, send copies of the map to everyone, and let them search for this on their own, like land pirates out here just roaming through trying to find this gas station with their map. He meets the first group of friends. It's the typical, like, jock and his girlfriend. But the best part of the movie is when his other two friends arrive. And they roll up in, like, a convertible old 70s model car. I'm terrible with cars. I'm going to say Eldorado. A convertible Eldorado. And one of them is dressed like an old-time magician.
He looks like Tuxedo Mask. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. Tuxedo Mask. They'll know.
Yeah.
And if they don't know, old-timey magician.
And the other guy in the car is dressed like Chris Angel with, like, the long trench coat with, like, a weird, like, metallic weave-looking pattern on it. They roll up, jump out of the car, and begin immediately doing magic.
Yes, they do. Tuxedo Mask without the mask. Because he wasn't wearing a mask. But he did have the cape.
They jump out and you find out, oh no, one of these guys, Chuck and Stacy, one of these guys used to date the jock's girlfriend. This is going to cause problems. But I love how they're all they all meet up and they get there, they drive away, and the magicians just throw their magic clothes over their heads and out of there. Presumably, they either had other clothes on under them or they just did a magician's quick change in the car. Because when they hop out, they wear the regular street clothes.
Yeah.
And also, the Chris Angel magician, he brought a Western Duster with him and a 12-gauge pump-action shotgun, like you do when you're just traveling around.
I mean, now...
And the other one bought a .357 Magnum.
We kind of jumped the gun, no pun intended.
I just had to explain some of these characters that I really enjoy. The rest of them are kind of nondescript, stereotypical horror movie fodder, but those two really stood out because I really wanted to see a movie with the two of them, the Chuck and Stacy mysteries. And everyone's confused because they think Stacy's a girl.
Wow. Okay. Yes, those two characters do stand out. Now, the beginning of the film, it's 1931. And there's a body that's being burned on a cross, okay? And nearby farm, there's a woman named Virginia. And she's trying to like barricade a door that's from beyond. And her husband comes in, he's possessed, and then he kills her. Okay, now we're flash forward to like present day. That's how the movie starts off. Like, you're way like in the past. Now, then you think, oh, okay, well, now we're going back to this area, and that's where you have all the friends, like you said. They all got in the car, they threw the clothes out, the magicians threw their clothes away, and then they do drive by, like, the bird body, like the bones, still hanging.
Still hanging, like, at this point, almost 60 years later, they're still hanging on the cross. They get out and everyone's just like, huh, that's kind of weird. No.
Yeah.
No. When you go up to a place and there is a burned cross with a body on it, I don't have any further business at this location, sir. We are good. Let's just turn around and get the hell out of here.
Now, they, of course, you know, they're all investigating, you know, the house and whatnot.
The house is burned down. There's only the front part of the front wall and a doorway standing.
Oh my God. Yes. And I just, everything is just so like it's a what moment in this film. Like, what's going on? You know, because you just don't even know. Now, while I'm watching the film, there's a portion of the movie where one of the couples, they're walking through like the forest or like the backyard or whatever the fuck they're at, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden there's all these demons, okay? Demons. And they're just like rushing towards them and they're running away, but they're coming from like every direction. It wasn't until then that I thought, oh, the name of the movie is Demon Wind because the demons are the wind. Like,
yes.
They're the ones. And they're just like appearing like, you know, like fog, out of the fog or whatnot. Now, I do have to say that this film is definitely a ripoff, wink, of The Evil Dead.
And Night of the Living Dead.
And yes, and Night of the Living Dead. I give it that, I guess. But it's just like, when you're trying to rip off The Evil Dead, but you
should probably be funny.
The demon and the makeup is just really bad. It's like if someone just like threw oatmeal on your face, you know, and maybe mixed it with some Elmer's glue. It's not the best. Now I get it. It's an independent film. It's not like this film was.
But the makeup for this is kind of like level 1 effects. Like, this is the first time someone's done effects makeup, and they put it on, and you're like, you see it, and you're like, okay, I don't want to hurt this person's feelings. So you're going to be like, okay, that was pretty good. Keep working on it. You'll get there. You know, you're going to try and say something positive, and that's what I feel like this is. Like, if you started out with this, I'd be like, well, that's great. You need to keep working on it a little bit, but I don't want to discourage you, so I'm going to say something nice to you, you know?
You're a great person because you just try to save that, but I'm just going to say it's like someone put Elmer's glue and oatmeal in the face. So you have all these people just coming all around. The movie loses. I'm not really into like possession movies per se, because to me they become repetitive and they become boring. And it's just like the whole goal of the possessed or the leader of the possessed or whatever, like, what's their end game? To gain everyone's souls? They're like the spiritual, like Freddy Krueger. Like, it just, to me, it's just like, it's so boring. Like, I don't really care about it. Maybe the intrigue, like what they were trying to build was, oh, this is a family thing. He's trying to like getting to know like what happened with his dad, like trying to build this connection so you actually care about this character and what he's going through while he's finding out like whatever secret it is that he has to uncover.
But the problem is that the story doesn't really take you there, and the acting is not that great either, so you're not really invested in any of it. You're just kind of like, oh, and now this is happening.
And I couldn't tell you where the point of the film where I thought the film was like a good, like I was like going to be like, oh yeah, wow, this is a gem, and then it became like a stinker. I don't know. I couldn't tell you exactly the moment. I think I was just so blinded by the demon wind itself, like that front cover.
My favorite part of this movie is where Chuck and Stacy, my two favorite characters,
Chuck and Stacy,
are supposed to be on guard duty, and they look out the window, and the woman is out there just flashing her boobs at him, calling them to come outside, and they both just look at each other and go, "Demon."
Yes, that is the best part.
Just like, yep, demon. Now, when they walk into the one wall of the farmhouse, then through that doorway, once they step through the doorway, they're in the house, and it's completely built on the inside. It's like they've stepped into a TARDIS. It's a completely, there's still food sitting on the table and everything, just like it was 60 years ago when it exploded. By the way, it exploded because when the possessed father came through and attacked the mom, she threw a snow globe on the ground, and everything exploded then. Apparently, the snow globe was filled with nitroglycerin. I don't know. But I thought that would come into play later, like grandma made another snow globe and it got passed down. Nope, never did. So then that's when they're coming in and out of the house, and you're like, what? Everybody has to experience it for themselves. And this is one of those things I hate, where a character walks into that, sees it, and goes, well, this is obviously a hallucination. We're not really seeing this. They're like, really? Dumbass? All of us? And he's like, yes, all of us. We're experiencing a mass hallucination right now. No, guy, you're not.
Yeah, that is annoying.
This is also the same guy, though, that's chest was so hairy it looked like he was growing a neck beard, but it was just his chest hair growing up into his neck.
Yeah, it was like, I think he missed a spot. And then you're like, no. Upon further inspection, you're like, no, that's his chest hair. That's just
sticking up so far, it looks like he didn't shave his neck.
Now, the interesting thing about this...
I'm sorry, he was also the tweed jacket guy. Every 80s slasher movie always had a guy in a tweed jacket that was the scientist, or like in Witchblade, the lit guy that was going to explain everything. Not Witchblade, Witchboard. He
reminded me of Noah Weil, like early, with the little... And then he had the little... Or no, the guy from Revenge of the Nerds, the cute one, with the glasses. Well, they all wore glasses. With the blondish hair and the glasses. I forgot his name. That guy. Not Carradine, the other one.
Yeah, the one that was on ER.
Yes. Oh, yeah, he was another guy in ER. Yes.
Anthony Edwards.
He looks like Anthony Edwards, because for me, that guy was good looking. I was like, okay, this is a cute guy. And also, his name is Jack in the movie. His name is Jack. So we're going to talk about Jack in a second. So when the demons get you, okay, sometimes, like there's one part where one of the girls gets picked up by the demon. She turns into a child. Then the demon throws her, okay? And then she turns into a doll and just fucking breaks into a bajillion pieces.
Yeah.
There are some weird transformations in this. Oh, don't.
And, this is also the same woman that was like, if I die, don't bury me here. Just randomly when they arrive, and you're like, okay.
Like, literally, they haven't even got out of the car, and she's like, talking about her imminent death and like what to do with her remains. And it was just like, oh, yeah, well, will do. Spoiler alert, they did not do that.
No, they did not.
No, they sure didn't. Then there's a lot of close-up of like nostrils. There's some close-up nostril shots that I noticed.
I feel like Blair Witch took a lot of that and was like, hey, remember Demon Wind? We got demons in our movies. Let's get close-up nostril shots like they did.
Then at some point, because like in obviously just on Evil Dead and any horror movie that's a slasher / possession, you gotta get picked off one by one, okay, one by one, and of course the last two people stay. They stay to fight the evil, so we gotta stay with the two, and of course the two is gonna be the guy that comes in with
Corey
the purpose. Corey and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
So Jack, comes in. And he starts groping the girlfriend. And I'm talking about, like, boob massage.
Oh, yeah, he's in there like he's checking her for a lump.
Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah, big time. You know what?
She can skip her exam that week because Jack already gave it to her.
Along the way, the characters find, like, 3, like, athames, like a pointed dagger thing, and that's what kills.
They only find 2.
2. Which is, like, why? in both cases, The demon gets stabbed by this thing, and they don't immediately. They just stab and just let it just fucking sit there.
And then they just walk away.
And then it just disintegrates because the damn demon disappears. And you never see the fucking dagger again. So, like, the daggers are pointless. Because it's just like, okay, it's a one-use dagger. Like, what the hell? This thing was made, looked like it was made out of iron. Like, it could be used multiple times.
Yeah, I would think you'd be able to stab somebody, pull it out, and then go on about your life.
Yeah, especially if you know this is the one thing that's killing these things. You don't just leave it in their bodies, you idiot. That part pissed me off. So, yeah. The girlfriend stabs Jack.
Jack the Groper?
Jack the Groper gets stabbed, okay, by the girlfriend. Then the curse is lifted, okay, from him. Then he Benjamin Buttons himself, okay?
Yes.
He becomes Benjamin Button, and then eventually turns into a bird. He goes from baby to bird and then flies away. We want to know, did he go back and become, like, reincarnated? Was he, like, he died as a bird and he came back as human? Was he the same
bird that one of the magician guys released earlier? Did he turn into that bird? And then there's like a grand circle of time?
Yeah, now we're in some, like, philosophical shit right there. Like, I don't even know. I have no idea, but it fucking happened. You know? These demons, though, and what happens to the people, and it's not everyone. Not everyone becomes Benjamin Button or becomes a random doll. Like, it's different for everybody. Die. Some of them just die. Some of them just fade away. You just never. It's like the luck of the draw. You just never know what's gonna happen to you when you get demon winded. You know. Also, what does the demon wind smell like? It must be real stank.
Yeah, I would have to imagine it. It's gotta smell like
the cover is green.
Yeah, the worst like fart ever has to be what the demon wind smells like.
I'm talking about like a fart. Like you ate chili, then you ate like a bowl of eggs, and then you had like
coffee.
Yes. Then you had coffee, and then you had Chipotle.
Yeah, it's like a hot demon fart wind. That's what it has to smell like. But then no one really comments on any kind of smell with it. The fog blows in, and it's like.
Supposedly, isn't this a movie where it says there was real fog?
Yeah, supposedly this was real fog, but it was like,
how is the fog on demand? I need to know who the fog guy was on set. Like, real in the fog, like it's real fog. Like he has command of like their sheep.
Yeah, because obviously John Carpenter needed this guy working on the fog because they had issues with the fog on their movies, and they didn't seem to have any on this cheap ass movie. And I guarantee you, if John Carpenter was having issues with the fog, these people weren't getting real fog.
John Carpenter's fog is just him smoking on set. That's the fucking fog that you see in the damn movie. Anyways, so now we have like main demon. Oh, spoiler alert. Okay, towards the end, gas station guy. What? The one that warned them not to go there ends up being a priest that is calling onto all the demons that has power over them, and then he becomes a mega demon. Like, I'm talking about like muscly, like fucking. He was like a werewolf. Like he had the shirt was like shredded. Okay, yeah. Okay. So he went from, I told you, transformations. He went from Sentinel guy to priest, but BTW, the bushy eyebrows remained the whole time until he became muscly demon. Okay, muscle.
I guess it was probably too hard to, they had to cover those eyebrows up because
they burned off. He's just literally like a sack, like a flesh, like a sacking walk of flesh, because it's just all slimy and red, and it's like he has no skin. He's a skinless demon. Okay, like a chihuahua, like a muscly, skinless chihuahua walking around. Don't ask me. That's what he looked like. Now, here he is. Now he has to fight the son. Like, the guy that went there initially, right? Yeah. Now it's like one-on-one, right? How does the son become...
Yes.
A freaking... he's supposed to be a demon, but he looks like...
He turns into like some part of a demon too, but he looks like an alien from Star Trek.
Or Alienation. I'm going with Alienation.
Yeah,
it's a mix.
Star Trek really only just like did the little prosthetic face, like a thing on their nose, or their forehead, or some ears. This is like the full like Alienation kind of head, a little bit like a cone head, but not sticking straight up, just kind of going out back.
Yeah, but then his ears were like those of like a siren, or like the mermaids from Harry Potter, where they're like like weird. They're
Yeah.
weird. They're like those like rigid, like big, oversized like ears. I don't know.
For no reason.
No
one
eyebrows,
explained.
by the way.
Yeah. Well, nobody had eyebrows in this movie once the bushy guy got in there. He was like, look, my eyebrows reign supreme. No one else can have them.
He took everyone's eyebrows. I don't understand how that happened. And then there is some dialogue like, oh, the evil witch or the witch, she gave you a protection, but that's only gonna last so long or whatever. What was the she made the little boy into a demon? She mixed some demon blood. That was very unclear. Maybe I may have tapped out at that point in the movie, like my brain.
No, it was not. It was very unclear. They never really explained what the hell that was.
Yeah, and then did the girlfriend die? But she didn't die. But she comes back. But it's a dream. But then it's fine. There's a lot of weird. The girlfriend is like Jesus Christ. She's like coming back to life. I didn't get that part. It's just very muddled at the end. They were like, guys, we ran out of film. We got like 10 minutes left. Let's just wrap it up.
You know, then of course I did like that they stopped back by the gas station / cafe. And like the waitress comes out and is like, I got a surprise for you. Comes out and you're like, nope, we got one for you. And they just shoot her immediately with the gun.
They sure do. There was no hesitation. I do like that. There was no hesitation. But then they're trying to set themselves up for a sequel because, of course, you can't have a, 80s, 90s movie without the, they show the people escaping. And then now there's a figure that's within,
They have defeated the evil. Or did
they? But the random person that just appears, like, in frame, and then they turn around to the camera and look at the camera like, oh, no. Like...
Yeah, like, I got you.
The evil's still here. We fucking prevailed. You didn't get us all. Wink, wink. We're going to come after you. That kind of shit in the movie ends. It's just like, okay. Mm-hmm.
Now...
Spoiler alert, there was no sequel to Demon Wind. Demon we got to come up with, like, sequel names for Demon Wind. Well, we're
More Demon Wind.
More.
Now, this was written and directed by Charles Philip Moore, who did such masterpieces besides this as Black Belt, Live by the Fist, Angel of Destruction, New Crime City, and Not of This Earth, the remake of the 1960s movie. Yeah, I feel like a lot of his were kind of like into that mockbuster territory where they're like, the New Crime City looks a little like various other sci-fi movies that you would see. It kind of leads you down that path. Like it'd be this one, like when they used to do Transmorphers.
Yes.
Or Carnosaur instead of that. Yeah. Working at a video store in the 90s, people would come in, hey, I went to Blockbuster and they had Jurassic Park 2. No, they had Carnosaur 2. Not Jurassic Park 2. They haven't made that yet. Pretty sure I saw it down there. Finally just gave up, started telling everybody it was a Blockbuster exclusive.
That's what, sometimes you gotta come up with a lie like that because people just they see what they want to see, they hear what they want to hear, and you're not gonna change their fucking mind. So you just got so sorry we don't have that.
Yeah, that's a Blockbuster exclusive. You have to run it down there.
Yeah, that's great.
So yeah, 35 years of waiting for Demon Wind. I really wanted to knock my socks off, and this wind barely blew my shirt around.
You were not getting winded.
No.
If they did, now in that one movie, was it Popcorn or whatever, where they're reenacting or they're having like the...
Oh yeah, where they're reenacting the movies.
Yes. If I were to show this is fantasy. We own a small like theater, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where we show Demon Wind. We would actually have the nastiest smells in that fucking theater.
And have a fan blowing, putting large wind going.
We would have Demon Wind.
We would have Demon Wind going at all times.
And then there's a break. We're just going to stop the movie in the middle of the movie at an appropriate time, okay? And then we're going to have people come out with oatmeal Elmer glue faces come out, dancing around in the wind while we just gave them like a bowl of chili before they went in, and now they're just throwing around their own Demon Wind. So it's the Demon Wind with pure organic effects.
Ooh. Yeah, when I went to see a play version of Night of the Living Dead years ago, at the end of it, they came up...
I thought you were going to say Demon Wind.
No, I would have mentioned that sooner. They came out at the end of it after it was over, and all the people that were zombies danced Thriller around as they exited the stage.
That's amazing.
So that was great. But yeah, this movie, I am going to give this movie a half a knife just because I can't even work up the courage to stab myself after watching this thing.
I'm going to tell you, this is the first movie of 2025 I'm going to be giving 4 knives. It is a 4-knifer for me.
You can't even make it all the way through that.
I give it 1 demon-winded fart.
What is the next to the sequel to this? The Demon Precipitation? They're going to make it fancy because you can't call it Demon Rain because that's too close to the Devil's Rain. You call it the Demon's Precipitation.
Demon Sweat.
That's the workout version of it. It's like a parody of Perfect with Jamie Lee Curtis. It's just called Demon Sweat. It's like a look-alike version of her and John Travolta.
Wait, it's like...
And they're in the 80s
my
workout
boyfriend,
gear.
My demon lover?
Yeah, my demon lover.
It's my demon lover, like the look, but perfect.
Yeah.
It's a mix of the two. We're writing that movie right fucking now.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. We're going to have to put that out. No one steal that. Copyright. Jump scare.
I love this movie. It was so good. Because it was hilarious and all over the place. I also give it, damn. I'm going to give it 1 star. 1 started knife.
It's very late when we record these sometimes.
I'm giving it 1 knife because there was a moment where I was like, oh man, this might turn out to be something, like I've said many times. And if you watch this on Tubi, and you comment like, we saw that and that was just terrible. At one point, there was no point that we thought this movie was going to be good. Like, roll credit, like beginning, whoop, this is going to be a bad one. I apologize. Don't ask me where my head was at the time, but I definitely had that moment, and hence my 1 knife. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Don't judge me.
It's definitely something to see. It's one of those ones, it's so bad you have to see it to understand exactly how weird and off the rails it is. Like, I just don't know what they were thinking.
I know we've discussed this before, we've discussed this with other people. For me personally, because of the age I was at the time, there was a gap, and we've talked about the success of Scream. There was a gap of films between probably mid to late 80s till 1995, like, that I think was the worst for horror films, like really bad. There were just so many of them.
Because they were just shooting so many of them straight to video and just going for that to the video market that they were just going to be rented.
And to be honest, they probably all just needed to go to video because they weren't good. I think maybe in all that there may have been a gem or two, and I really can't tell you which ones off the top of my head.
Between like, you had like Candyman in 92. That was a big mainstream. It wasn't a hit at the time, but it was popular.
No, it was popular, and it was a good film. It was a good film, but it like I said, it's like far and few between. Then when Scream came out, it was like, oh, this is like.
And then we had all different. The Scream ripoffs.
Oh yeah, and then after that, it just became really inundated again.
And then it took until Saw came along before they were like, oh, this is what we're going to do now. Now it's going to be these torture movies for a while.
Yeah, there's been Blair Witch with the found footage.
But there wasn't really as many imitators of that as there was of Paranormal Activity.
I wouldn't say exact ripoffs of that concept. I would just think the found footage thing. That's
there's really not that many between Blair Witch and like Paranormal Activity. There's not that many. I think it's just. The technology, that was there. I think that was before, but I think the technology just wasn't there for it to be feasible that you were going to be carrying this camera around on your shoulder and doing this all the time. I mean, you had like I think it was before that, the Diary of the Dead, the George Romero one.
It was after.
Yeah. And But then again, that's a camera crew carrying a big camera around. It wasn't until we got the cameras where it was like they were on your phone or they were small video cameras that you could carry in your hand that you started getting the glut of all these found footage things, because then it was possible for every citizen to have one. Before, you had to be like a camera crew before you had one.
Yeah, but there is a whole section of found footage. I'm saying from that moment on, when Blair Witch happened, was 99, 98?
Yeah, 98, 99.
So after that, there was a point in time where it was found footage stuff, and it's to this day it's still found footage. That's one of those ones that really hasn't gone away. The torture thing has kind of died off a little bit.
Yeah.
But found footage is still alive and well. That's still a very prevalent genre within.
Because it's the easiest way to make a movie.
Especially now, people are making movies on their iPhones.
Yeah, you can just have the actors hold the phone,
Yeah.
You don't need a camera operator anymore.
But, yeah, it definitely falls in there, but we digress. Well, we've given our rating, and now we have to say goodnight.
So, everyone, be careful for the demon wind out there.
It's serious, okay? And potentially smelly. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Jump Scare. Stay tuned to the horror.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.